What's up, guys? I'm Cody Parker with Drop the Beat Farms, and today I want to show you my review of GrowGrips and Aquaponics Systems. So, as you can see, we have 5,600 plant aquaponics system in the back here. It's 4 grow beds. It's deep water culture. This is the plant house. Right next door we have the fish house. So I use all different types of substrates when I'm growing different types of plants. I want to find out which ones I've been using best. And I found that the GrowGrips are actually really fantastic just to have in your sort of arsenal of different substrates to use. Basically, the way that these GrowGrips works is it's kind of like styrofoam, and it actually clamps around the plant. So you start your seeds in soil, basically 1 inch, almost as if they're microgreens, and they'll start out 2, maybe 3 weeks in this potting soil. At least that's how I do it. And what you do is you actually fish out the individual seedlings, and you take it and you clamp it around the plant. Now you can see there's a lot of dirt in here, so I have water here, and I just kind of rinse it out. And then you can take this, and this will actually fit right inside the lettuce wrap. So I'm going to get it real quick. So we've got 2-inch holes in this lettuce wrap. They do manufacture the ones for the 1 inch, but this is a 2-inch GrowGrip. And what happens is this fits right in here, just like that. And you can see when it floats in water, the root has access to the water. These GrowGrips are pretty awesome. I definitely recommend you get a bunch just to have. I really like it, particularly for lettuce. Lettuce is not too picky on transplanting stress. Things like mustard greens, I wouldn't recommend so much for the GrowGrips because they're more susceptible to transplant stress, and kind of pulling them out of the dirt and putting them into this GrowGrip, and then put them in a totally different type of environment could stress out things like mustard greens. I haven't really tried kale personally, but I'm a little scared and skeptical too. But for lettuce, it works fantastic. Reason being, I could grow so many seedlings in here and get them started. This one tray has just, I can't even count how many. And they grow really well in soil. Plants really do like soil, especially starting out. This is just what I've come across. Soil, like potting soil, has all the types of right microbes and nutrients to get these plants started. When you try to start them in like an inert substrate, it's very hard to get everything correct, especially if you're working with aquaponics. Seedlings, it's important to have all the nutrients there readily available right at the beginning to give them a good head start. I'll show you an example. This is Natasha escarole, and this is grown in rock wool. Rock wool is alright. It's highly recommended for hydroponics, works really well. I've been feeding this water from my aquaponics system. My aquaponics system, pretty good water quality for established plants, but for some reason with seedlings, they just don't pick up in the rock wool comparative to this lettuce. You can see how much bigger the lettuce has grown just in this potting mix soil alone. So I really like that I could start in soil, remove the soil off the roots, and then get them into their aquaponics system and just give them a really good head start. I use rock wool, shale rock, the Oasis cubes, different perlite mixes that have the plant binders in them. The plant binder ones work really well, those different types of cubes. But GrowGrips are fantastic because there's no substrate involved. I really like the GrowGrips because I can reuse these and not use any types of substrates. I am a little bit of a purist. I think the least amount of inputs you can put into a system, the better. I always had to buy these rock wool cubes if I want to use the rock wool. I would always have to buy Oasis cubes. I always had to load up the 2-inch net cups with shell rock if I want to use that. 2-inch net cup plants are great, but you always have to, you reuse this as many times as you want, but you always have to fill it up with substrate. So I really love the GrowGrips just for that fact that there is zero substrate in this whatsoever, and it's just a pure plant. It gives plenty of space for the plant to grow out. So when I go through this and start getting all the plants and clamping them up, I'll put them in here just to kind of intermediate, just so I can kind of relax and get them all in there. It takes a little bit of time, but honestly, these plants do come out pretty easily. So comparative to seeding every single tray, I say it takes about the same amount of time as anything else does. So time-wise, it's pretty much the same. When you harvest, it's also pretty easy, because all you have to do when you take the plant out to harvest is you take it out and you literally, it clean, just comes right off. These clamps kind of come off pretty easily. The only thing that I don't like about the GrowGrips in particular is this could just be me, but I haven't really found a very good way to clean these. Once we use them, they get dirty. And I can't find of any way to clean a whole lot of them at once without individually going and spraying the insides. I mean, the inside will obviously get very gunked up. It'll get a little bit beat up, a little bit crushed in, but still is able to be reused. It's just I can't really find a good way to thoroughly clean the inside and remove any organic debris that kind of built up over the couple months that a lettuce plant was growing in here. I found what I tend to do is I just kind of go over, spray a whole bunch at once inside of a sink, and then I'll take a 5-gallon bucket and I'll build like actually I'll go grab it right now. So I'll take a 5-gallon bucket and I'll make a bleach solution in here, and I'll toss all of these right into the bucket, and I'll put like a brick into this and kind of weigh it down so it stays in there for 2 to 10 minutes, and that just kind of sterilizes them. It doesn't really get rid of all the organic debris, but at the same time, nothing's really necessarily easy in reusing or repurposing substrate. These net cups are also a pain in the butt. I found an easy way to clean these net cups, but still the amount of labor it takes to remove the plant, remove any substrate that's in this net cup, washing it out, and then sterilizing this, I do save more time just taking this off and then giving it a good bleach solution dunk. I haven't really come across too many disease issues with reusing these. I haven't reused them enough because I got 500 at one time, so I've been able to kind of go through a whole bunch without having to reuse the old ones. But I've gone through 1 or 2 of reusing some of these, and they hold up pretty well, so they are able to be reused. So yeah, that's pretty much the most I got. I definitely recommend these just to be in your toolbox of different substrates that you could use. You don't have to stick with one particular substrate. For me, I have all different types of plants. I grow kale, collard greens, mustard greens, and a lot of lettuce. And these are fantastic for lettuce, so I really like using these for the sure things that I know grow really well. Different types of lettuces, butter crunch, rock size, the variety I got here. I got panise lettuce. Actually did pretty good with watercress, growing in these GrowGrips as well. So things a sure thing like that, definitely recommend you use a lot of these, and it's just so cool that there's no substrate involved in this. So if you like repurposing and using as little material as possible for your aquaponics system, I highly recommend it. So Cody Parker with Drop the Beat Farms, and thanks so much for my review. If you guys got any questions or anything, I'm a very busy farmer, but you can follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just started up. I got a couple things going on in the works, and I'd love for you to see them. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.